episode today?
Oh, hey.
I brought the sets.
Oh, you did?
What is shaving?
That's Yiddish for, that's hazing shepherds. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, today's episode, I had an idea. I've been here for the last 6 hours, and I think, well, let me just show you in science.
Doug and Matt ride a vintage crave. Today's episode is Burma Shave. The year is 1926, and Route 66 is beginning to form a new path for automobilists across America to travel. Meanwhile, you've always had this element of the man on the go when it comes to many of the shaving products out there, like Gillette. In the beginning, they kind of had the pocket edition going on,
right,
where they kind of were trying to say, hey, you're traveling by railroad car, you're trying to be a salesman or a worker out there, and you need to shave and look good, so we're going to have that barber shop in your pocket.
Well, I mean, safety razors were pretty much born out of traveling.
Yeah.
Like convenience.
I mean, King Gillette himself was a traveling salesman, and he thought of the idea of the disposable blade while trying to shave with a straight edge on a train.
Better than suicide.
Yeah. They had the combination travel set, they had this pocket editions, the tuckaways, and I mean, it even continued for all of Gillette's history. They always had an element of travel.
Right.
We have some pretty cool examples up here. These are from the 1960s even, showing off the vacation traveler set, as you may have heard. It's just got a super speed razor, you've got your sun up, you got your Mr. Foamy, your right guard, and there's even a little thing of heads up for your hair tonic. And another really cool one here. Another travel set for the summer.
And that's just Mr. Foamy.
Yep.
Very cool.
And even today, you can go to the grocery store, and in the travel section, with all the little mini samples are, Gillette still has travel sets available with all the basic needs.
And that's been going throughout the years.
It's always been part of their strategy. Yeah. But I mean, I know that with your very cryptic, interesting opening, we're talking about traveling today. And Burma Shave.
We are, and I'm so glad to focus on this company. Burma Shave, I mean, it's, when you talk about history, when you talk about travel, Burma Shave is what immediately comes to mind for me. And well, let's just begin from the beginning. It only makes sense. So, the year is 1925, and Burma Vita is on the scene, or Burma Vita, depending where you're from, created by Clinton Odell. And this company pretty much began around a cure-all liniment, or salve, if you will.
Tell me more.
It wasn't really doing that well. Their marketing kind of stunk. The only people they could appeal to were ill people or sick people.
Right.
So they needed something more, that they could sell to everybody. And I'm trying to think of the company. There was a company in England that was selling a latherless or brushless cream.
Okay. Because brushes were obviously very popular.
Brushes were very popular. They've been around for 30 years at this point. So, or maybe a little more. That's your neck of the woods. Regardless, it's 1925. They needed something to kickstart the whole marketing campaign. They needed a product that they could sell to everybody. And that's where Burma Shave came in. They hired a chemist. They got to making it. They did probably about 300 formulations until they went back and started looking at the formulations. And number 143, after it cured for 3 days, turned out to be perfect.
Is it kind of like WD-40? So this was the 143rd variation.
They don't, yet they don't incorporate that anywhere in the advertising.
Okay.
That is the case there. And next came to marketing it. And their original campaign again was kind of backwards. It was called, Jars on Approval. And what they would do, and this was Clinton's son, Alan, and the other brother, They would go into men's offices and give them a jar of Burma Shave and say, hey, try this. If you like it.
So kind of original like guerrilla marketing or viral marketing.
It's before marketing really existed. I mean, it was just marketing.
Salesmanship.
They were salesmen. This is what they were used to doing, but they really didn't have a handle on it. So they would go in, give the guy a jar, say, if you like it, pay us the next time we show up. If you don't like it, we'll take the jar back.
So it's like a freebie marketing style, basically.
It was horrible. It was a horrible way to market. But in so doing, they were traveling all around, and Alan, on one of his journeys, saw this advertisement on the side of the road for a gas station or something along those lines, and said, wait a minute, signs on the side of the road. Automobile industry was picking up, people were traveling more. Again, Route 66 was just created, so it just made sense. However, he had to convince his dad, good old Clinton, and he wasn't really up for it. It took him 3 or 4 times to finally convince his dad, hey, Dad, just give me some money. I'll make this happen. We'll do one run with signs. Let's see how it works.
So, I mean, I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm trying to get my head around the concept of you're selling shaving cream, and the natural thought is to put signs by the side of the road, because I would advertise in gyms or public restrooms or something, but I mean, the side of the road.
Well, I mean, people didn't travel as much back then.
Right.
It's just happening, and he didn't like being a salesman. Alan did. He thought this would be easier rather than him going out there. Just put the signs up there. They're not going anywhere. People are going to drive by.
So it's like a passive salesman.
Kind of. I mean, it was totally experimental at the time. No one was doing this.
Okay.
So that's exactly what they did. His dad gave him $200. They created, I think, 10 signs, 5 signs each for 2 different roads, and that's where they tested. And it wasn't really a rhyming scheme yet, because Burma Shave eventually became known for its clever little rhymes. Right. And it became addicted to people. They couldn't wait to get to the next sign, because they were staggered by like 100 feet at the time. So you get one sign, and it would be, very much like this, this, and this. So you'd wait for the punchline, because it would be something clever typically, and it would end with Burma Shave.
Always at the end.
Always at the end. And even on the reverse side of the signs too, but that's another story for another time. So it was cutting edge at the time. They noticed huge sales because at the end, somewhere in the original signs was like, find it at your local drugstore.
Right.
But they weren't in the local drugstore.
So there's no
yet.
like call to action yet. It's just kind of a...
Well, that kind of was. Find it at your local drugstore, but they weren't in the drugstores. So people started going to the drugstores requesting it.
Right.
And so the drugstores started placing orders. And so with this, they were like, we're really onto something. So they pretty much created a sign manufacturing plant too. They had a whole crew of guys, I think it was like 36 guys worked for Burma Shave, and they sent them out all over the country. 45 of the 48 states at the time all had signs along the straightaways. Wow. The only states that didn't, I think, was Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona,
and
Massachusetts. Okay, so 4 states didn't. Where else was it? North Dakota. Instead of the traditional red and white on red signs, they had white on blue, because there it was a traffic thing. If it was emergency sign,
yeah, it looks a lot like red. A stop sign.
Yeah. So I mean, like this was it was just cutting edge at the time.
It's just so weird, because I think I did a lot of traveling as a kid on road trips, and I think I saw some of these signs, and I thought it was some kind of weird like joke with the Department of Transportation.
Well, they did. In fact, late 1950s, they started working in safety rhymes too.
Okay.
So they were like, keeping the states happy, and
so a little bit of both. So kind of some advertising for the cream, and then some
for themselves.
Okay.
And and then eventually, highways came into play. Traffic speeds picked up, so the signs weren't working anymore. They noticed a drop off in sales. Eventually sold the company in 1963 to Philip Morris. And that was the end of that. Philip Morris decided to take down the signs, though I doubt they took down all of them.
Maybe able to find some.
Well, they think the farmers, because what they would do is they'd rent from the farmers the space to put up these signs.
We should ask our viewers, if you see a sign, post it as a comment in this video.
Yeah, we'd like to know where they are.
Yeah.
We'll take some pictures too.
That'd be awesome.
To us. But yeah, so I mean, there's signs that are still out there. Maybe Philip Morris took them down. Maybe they didn't. Maybe some old farmers put them up for nostalgia. Maybe they burned up or spontaneously combusted, because that happens.
Like a cigarette.
Hopefully I will during this episode. But yeah, so Burma Shave.
Well, but they had a little revival, because this stuff here, these pucks look very modern. When are these from?
These are from actually 1997.
And say they have a barcode, so that definitely kind of dates it right there.
Well, the funny thing about these is
still made in USA though.
They were known. Burma Shave was pushing the brushless shaving cream.
Right, and now all of a sudden you have a puck.
And you actually had a mug too.
It looks like what is it?
Williams?
Yeah, Williams. Looks like Williams.
Yeah.
It smells nothing like it though.
I don't really recommend this soap. It's not very effective. It's not really that good.
This smells a lot like, I mean, it's just got like an almond or kind of a real mild, clean.
Well, that's the same thing with the original Burma Shave too. It's mild and pleasant.
It almost smells like baby soap. Like, I mean, it's just kind of a real pleasant, mild smell to it.
Good stuff. And this is actually a little sample of what they were putting out for electric shavers. But they were known for being latherless. They were always death to brushes.
Okay.
And
so this is kind of an oxymoron.
Well, it's just weird that they released it for nostalgic reasons, but this is nothing nostalgic about Burma Shave. This is everything they were against.
Nothing at all.
So, they released mugs, brushes, and soap pucks in '97.
Right.
But that's pretty much it. That's not it at all.
Now,
Burma Shave is epic.
When did this one come out? When is this?
That's the original.
Okay, so this dates to like 40s, 50s?
No, that's probably the 50s.
Okay.
The original bottle tubes were yellow on blue, I believe.
So why would they have not made the signs the same color scheme?
Eye-catching. It was more eye-catching.
Okay.
I mean, they did experiment with other colors like orange on black, again, white on blue in North Dakota, but nothing caught on like white on red.
Now, lanolin, that's something today I know that a lot of the shaving soaps have, and a lot of guys, want to have in their shaving soap. It's moisturizing, it's good for comfort. Was this something kind of new for Burma Shave?
No, not for Burma Shave.
A lot of other soaps using lanolin?
Yeah, they originally, that's their formula.
Okay.
I mean, lanolin and tallow soaps, at the time, the big corporations were buying this stuff, putting it in there because they needed the stearic acid. That's what gives you the lather.
Animal byproduct, basically.
It was an animal byproduct. It was a cheap byproduct that contained stearic acid. That was all it was about back then. Now you have traditionalists, people that are very superstitious about it's going to have tallow in it. They don't realize that it was just like they were saving money back then buying tallow. Nowadays you have exotic oils and butters that have even more stearic acid.
These people using shea butters and kokum. I mean,
cocoa butter actually has more stearic acid than tallow.
These weird artists with all these crazy oils they got to put in.
But yeah, I don't want to digress too much on that. But yeah, so that's pretty much Burma Shave in a nutshell. Anyone who's interested in more on Burma Shave, I recommend this book, The Verse by the Side of the Road.
And I recommend this book, the original hardcover book. Sorry to...
This guy's always going to one-up me. But excellent book. This is by Frank Rossum Jr. Pick this up. It contains over 600 verses that would have been found on these signs back in the day. If you are interested in collecting Burma Shave signs, they are out there, but they're probably like $4,000 for a collection of them.
That'd be really cool, though, in your shaving den.
It would be very cool, or in the garage.
So, I think the most fitting thing we could do now is to have a...
Go on a road trip. Road trip!
Well, besides... Road trip! That'll be for Big Shave West 3, coming up, by the way. But I think that we should do a little reminiscent Burma Shave promo with some rhymes and lyrics and trying to make up our own kind of
poetry.
Yeah, let's do a little poetry. Poetry challenge.
Never thought I'd ever hear that.
Within this veil of toil and sin, your head grows bald, but not your chin. You need Burma Shave. Why Burma Shave? Demonstration. Put other lathers on a blotter. Then circle with new Burma Shave. Minutes later, Burma Shave soaks rings around them all. To give you a smooth, clean shave, try new Burma Shave. And also try new Burma Blockade Spray Deodorant.
Okay, to put this in the context of what we're going to be doing here, I'm going to read you just a few examples of what it is. So pretend you're driving. You're driving. Do the wheel. Okay, you're past the first sign. Another red skin bit the dust. When Pa tried what these signs discussed. Burma Shave. I don't know what that means.
So they're kind of like a lame poem.
Kind of Dr. Seussian, which is kind of weird because, well, he was around the same time.
Okay.
But in Springfield, Massachusetts, where there were no signs, so I don't know if there was any cross-pollination there.
But to me, the first thing that sticks out is that there's really no connection with the word Burma Shave. It just kind of thrown in at the end.
Sometimes. Let's try it again. The hobo lets his whiskers sprout. It's trains, not girls, that he takes out. Burma Shave. He doesn't get it.
It's like really dry.
Okay, we're gonna try this anyways.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Timer!
So we're trying to make a poem, basically.
We are trying to make a poem.
Just one?
We're gonna write a poem.
Okay.
Oh, just one?
And who's the judge now? I think the audience should be the judge. If you think that my poem was better than Doug's or his is better than mine, please let us know below as a comment.
Please. When do we go?
Go.
Oh.
So, did you know that somebody actually won the competition to go to Mars based off of sending in enough Burma Shave?
I know all about that. They sent in 900 jars, and it was actually the owner of a supermarket That was another rhyme by them, and they didn't think people were going to react to it. It was more of a joke than anything. And the guy actually sent in, he created a whole like marketing scheme for his supermarket around it. And did pictures of like him in a spacesuit, a fake flying saucer on top of the supermarket, and he got people to give him jars.
Wow.
So, yeah, sent in 900. And what they ended up doing was sending him to Mars, Germany. It's actually spelled differently, but pronounced Mars, so that's how they get around that. There was also a fender contest where they encouraged people to send in fenders, but again, it was a joke. But fenders actually showed up and they would give them free jars away.
Wow.
Real fenders are toy car fenders, but yeah. Another interesting thing, in 1963, not only did they sell to Philip Morris, Philip Morris also bought American Safety Razor, owners of Persona, and that very same year they released the first stainless steel double-edged razor. Persona did. So they set that in motion. A lot of people know that.
10 seconds left.
I don't know if I followed the exact format, but I think I've got something here. I don't know.
Well, he definitely does.
I'm gonna, as I always do, hide my answers from Doug. Don't want him to see it.
And
How good
it's
it is.
It's so inspiring. Okay.
I think Doug's Mr. Burma Shave.
No, I think you should, because I'm Mr.
I
Burma
think,
Shave.
how do I know you haven't rehearsed this and practiced this? All right, fine. Okay, please keep your eyes on the road. When shaving, stretch your neck like a toad. If you're in for a crave, use Burma Shave.
That's not bad.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you did use crave though, which is on my original sign.
Well,
So who's cheating now? Okay, let's see. What's in my cup is not a prop. I'd rather be shaving good to the last strop. Burma Shave.
it shouldn't have been drop. Well, I guess drop shaving.
Who's this guy?
All right, that was pretty good.
I think that was damn good. So,
But
please.
mine involved the driving part. Did yours?
No, but that was only one theme for a few years with them when they were taking care of the safety.
Well, we'll let the viewers tell
Please,
us
please.
what they liked better.
You can't read my writing. So that gives us one more show in the bag. High five. Burma
Yep,
Shave.
that was it.
We'd like to leave you now. Have a great rest of your day from sunny Phoenix,
It
Arizona.
sounds like a Mr. Rogers sign off.
I know.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'd rather be shaving, and we'll see you next time.
Burma Shave.
Burma Shave.